What you're about to watch is part of an online training that I do twice a month inside my Movement Makers program, where I coach entrepreneurs like you how to build an online movement, how to make money from it, and use it to make a huge impact on the world. Enjoy. We're just going to dive in and get to the content, because this is going to be an important one. So here we go. Content that converts. Okay. Content that converts. So I've showed this graphic before. This is your thought leadership success map. We're going to play today up in this area here of the 10-minute videos. If you've never seen this before, if this is confusing to you, we've done previous trainings on it. We're going to play up in here. We're making our content, 10-minute plus videos, and specifically YouTube today. We're talking YouTube today to help you make content to convert to clients for your business. We've talked about trap titans and twins. The main thing here is most of us, most of you, in looking at your content, the content is too generic, is too broad. It's too much like a junior Oprah Winfrey. Don't try to be Oprah Winfrey. It's great as an aspirational goal. And if you keep going down this path, you can become that. The problem is most people will quit too soon. If you're posting very generic messages, just inspiring or motivational messages, they may ring true to you, but because it doesn't hit a specific, what I'm calling twinographic, right? Like talking exactly to the person who is who you used to be, until we get really specific with our content, you might have to wait 5, 7, 10 years of making consistent, ongoing content before you build a brand. And most people will quit too soon. And there's a dear friend of mine who's going through that right now. We spent a lot of money trying to build his brand, and he's questioning where he's at right now and questioning if you should keep going or not. And he, of course, should. Like, of course. And huge heart, and just like you, huge heart, huge desire to serve. That's why you're here. But it's really, 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 really hard to keep going when you're not getting any kind of results. I was maybe just crazy in that I just kept going. Right? If you look at my journey, and I share my numbers every month, to be 5 years in and still only have 7,000 subscribers or whatever it was, most people would quit way before that point. And so in some sense, what I'm doing now is not a great model for you right now, because I'm doing more Titan type of content. And so if you want to wait that long, and you're going to continue to make, if you're going to make 12,000 videos and get to this point, amazing. But I want to give you a model so that whatever business you're trying to generate for yourself, whether it's coaching or book sales or your group programs or your courses or whatever, that we can start to actually generate some leads immediately by making better twin content. And again, the twin is you're talking to the person who currently is who you used to be. So all of you have that story. We've talked about it a bunch of times before, but all of you have that story, and you can reach that specific person in a way that Evan Carmichael can't, in a way that Oprah Winfrey can't, but it's not being reflected in your content. This is the challenge. Like, if I go to your YouTube, or if I go to your Instagram, and I follow all you guys on Instagram, I watch, I see what you're doing. And I'm so proud that you're making stuff. It's great. Now it's, hey, how do we level it up? And if you're not leveling up, it's my responsibility too, because that's why you guys are here. You know, I need to do my best to give you the strategies and also the motivation to keep going. So we have to start making better twin content. Next becomes, okay, well, how do we make twin content, right? So we don't want to not be the Oprah. We need to be the you, because you're always going to be, if you're just copying Oprah, you'll be a junior Oprah. You'll never be as good at Oprah as Oprah, right? So if you look at my content on Instagram as an example, we've got 3 columns of content here. Okay. And I did this as a screenshot yesterday. So column A is me doing lives, either solo videos answering questions or doing Q&As and coaching people. Column B is showcasing content from my friends or people who I look up to and respect. And then column B are cartoons with various thoughts. Which do you think is the best kind of content for me to make if Movement Makers was my goal? We're going A, B, or C? Victor says A, Anina says C, A and C, A, lots of A's. Yeah. Now, if I was getting started, let's say Movement Makers was my own thing, was my only thing, right? If Movement Makers was my only goal and I want to build up, I want Movement Makers to have 10,000 people in it. I'm going to stop doing my YouTube channel. I'm going to stop everything else. No more books, just sell Movement Makers. That would be a drastic shift, not just in my business, but in my content. Where if I wanted to sell Movement Makers and that was the only thing I was doing, I would make content that spoke only to thought leaders who wanted to build their movement. And I would do a mix of solo Evan videos and posts, as well as coaching people to come on and help them. The best content for me to do that is column A, because it's me showing off my expertise, answering questions. This is me answering questions, and this is me coaching people. C would be next, but the message would have to change. So if you're going to do cartoons, great. And it doesn't have to be a cartoon. It could just be a message, right? Quotes. And a lot of you are sharing quotes, and that's great. That's what we want to be doing, sharing quotes. Awesome. But if you look at the types of quotes that I'm sharing here, this is very tightened content. 4 rules to win in life, right? Damn, I stepped in some crap, which is someone else's opinion of how I should live. If someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, say yes. This is very tightened content. Who is this speaking to? Everybody. And I'm trying to have a broad message, right? This is where I am at right now, Evan Carmichael, what I'm trying to accomplish. I want to solve the world's biggest problem and hit everybody. But that doesn't lead to immediate money. This stuff does not lead to people signing up for Movement Makers, for people to hire me as a coach, right? If I was getting started, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff. This is bigger brand thinking. And if you have the patience, or if you want it to be a part of your portfolio of content, great. But a lot of people are either quitting or get frustrated because you're not seeing revenue coming in. And revenue matters. Making money matters. And so C is not helping me make money, or wouldn't be for Movement Makers. B definitely isn't. Like, if I want to sell Movement Makers, or if I want to sell my coaching program or my course, showcasing Warren Buffett does not help me. Which is why at our last session, when people are asking, hey, how do we use other people's content? I'm happy to answer that question, but like, it shouldn't be where most of you are focused, because it doesn't help you sell the thing that you want to ultimately be selling. It doesn't help you generate leads. It might get you some followers, but how do we convert those people into actual customers for your programs? I would much rather you have 1,000 followers and a successful business where you're landing leads and clients for whatever you want to sell than 100,000 followers and you still have to have some job that you don't like to support your lifestyle, right? This is a stepping game. Ultimately, I'd love for all of you to become Titans. This is the path to get there, because most people will not have the patience for 10 years of making consistent content to get to that point. So what I would encourage you to do is make more of content type of A. And if you're going to do C, then it's your specific quotes to your specific Twinographic. Brian says, I will become a Titan. I love it. Amazing. Yes, I want that for you. Most people, though, will quit too soon. And what's wrong with like let's start making some money along the way to get you to that point, so you can hire a team and get there even a lot faster, right? So initially, I wanted to pull up some of your content, and you know what? I wasn't gonna do that publicly. I'm not gonna pull up somebody's content and say, "Look at this. This sucks. This is Titan content." So I thought I would pull up mine. But again, just try to put yourself in my shoes. If my only goal was to be a speaker, or to sell my book, or to be a coach, or to sell Movement Makers, if that was my goal, I would have to dramatically change the content that I'm putting up. And that's where most of you are right now. It's like, I need to turn this into full-time plus income. I need to start selling my courses and my books and be hired as a speaker, et cetera. And so if you looked at your channel, you probably see a lot of similar things. And we may have this mix. what I would just encourage you to do is move more towards the A mix. And if you're going to do any B content, like the fact that I got inspired by Warren Buffett and want to share this message doesn't help me sell anything. It helps me build my brand, which ultimately long-term down the road helps me sell something, but it doesn't help me sell anything in the next 2 years. And if you're posting that content and you're just agreeing with them, then there's nothing there. Like, why am I following you? I should just be following Warren Buffett or Tom Bilyeu or whoever else, right? If you're going to disagree, that's something else. Like if Ida's coming on and she has financial advice and she's going to play a clip from Warren Buffett and say, Warren Buffett doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy doesn't understand finances. Let me tell you what like if you're going to share your perspective and it's slightly different, then that can be a potential fit. But otherwise, we're sticking to the A content. If you want to watch the full version of this video, as well as train live with me twice a month to help you build your movement and be around some other amazing people just like you, check out my Movement Makers program. The link to join is right there next to me. Can't wait to see you there. Continue to believe and go join.